Inspection Robotica and Skynet, a professional robotics services company and an aerial services company, respectively, are seeking to introduce some state-of-the-art technology to Belize that they say will greatly improve efficiency in various working sectors. Representatives Jake Brown, the CEO of Inspection Robotica, and John Ferguson, CEO at Skynet, were in Orange Walk today to provide a demonstration of their joint venture to several representatives of organizations and companies. The team flew one of their drones above a sugarcane field about a mile off the Yoke Creek Road.
We can do NDVI, so we can collect information on crop health. We can do 3D point cloud modeling. We can do LiDAR, contour maps, topography, anything like that. We can even do bathymetric LiDAR, so using laser beams to basically penetrate the ocean and map the seafloor. So it's a very broad scope of work.
Even up to marketing footage or Hollywood movies, website development, even open pit mining. They say in this industry that if you can think of a business, you can think of 5 reasons to use an unmanned system, and it's very true. It's very true.
As the team promotes the technology in Belize, they add that the sugar industry stands to benefit greatly from it.
We wanted to show the farmers and everybody that by utilizing this unmanned system technology, we can make the job much more efficient, much more cost-effective, and much more safer.
These are some of the, I would assume, latest technology. When you talk about costs, how efficient or how cost-effective is this for, say, the farming industry or the sugar industry here in Belize?
Well, with some of the projects that we've done in the past, typically with the more used method of surveying, which is by using men to go out into a field to go conduct these surveys, would take, depending on the acreage, it can take weeks at a time. What would take somebody weeks and hundreds of thousands of dollars to do, we can literally get done in an afternoon.
At what cost?
One project we did would have cost, it
was about $33 an acre for under 1,000 acres. Then when you start talking about scope of magnitude, doing very large acreage, it could be as low as maybe $1 an acre to do the entire country. So I mean, it really depends on the level of accuracy needed and the type of platform that we're going to be using. Is it LiDAR? Is it 3D point cloud? Is it actually just doing NDVI to measure photosynthesis on a plant to determine the health of that plant?
So, in a nutshell, and as it is indicated on the pamphlet, the process developed by Inspection Robotica allows for complete studies that are faster, safer, and more accurate in a reduced time and at a lower cost than traditional methods. If the technology is adopted by the sugar industry, it would translate in farmers saving thousands of dollars.
When you're measuring infrared, what it's doing is it's measuring the heat absorption of the plant, so you can actually measure chlorophyll levels, so you can quantify photosynthesis. So what is green to the naked eye, all these plants are green to the naked eye, but when you fly over it with a craft and it's measuring infrared, you're actually picking up on heat absorption. So what is all green to the naked eye, all of a sudden it lights up and you can see all sorts of things, and you can see a plant that is perfectly green right now and 2 months from now will be dead if it doesn't get the proper attention that it needs.
So that would give farmers enough time to put the attention needed.
Exactly.
The whole idea is to, at a minimal cost, get our aircraft to come down and fly the area, again, at a minimal cost, which ultimately would result in a higher yield from the farmer and a much less expense. Give you an example, with our systems, we can fly an area such as this. We can collect that data, and every single file, every single photo that we take is all geotagged. So there's a latitude and longitude on every single photo that we take. We can take that data, upload that to a tractor or a combine, excuse me, and if there's an area that has some infestation or bacteria, and the farmer needs to spread a herbicide, the way we used to do it is the farmer would buy enough herbicide to do the whole entire field. This is very costly. So now with that data that we upload to the tractor or combine, we can actually spread herbicide in just small areas, very isolated area versus the entire field. So that alone saves the farmer thousands of dollars.
What are some of the specific?
The team that visited Orange Walk today wanted to show just how this technology works as they try to bring in a $200 billion industry to Belize. Ferguson says that this could place Belize in the lead within the region, and already they are working towards training local pilots and putting local aircrafts in Belize. Team is also aiming at opening a manufacturing facility to build aircrafts in Belize to sell around the world. Of course, if anyone is interested, the aircrafts may also be sold within the country as it is easy to operate.
The multi-rotor system and the fixed-wing aircraft, they can fly over 3,000 meters. But of course, that's against the law in any country because you're entering into commercial airspace. So to answer your question, 10,000 feet or more, that's only limited to the battery. But again, regulations would state that you're only allowed to go up no more than 120 meters in most countries and no further out than visual line of sight. So if you can't see it, that would constitute you being wrong and you have to adjust. They are fairly easy to fly because again they lock onto up to 20 different satellites, so they literally have station keeping in the air as you folks saw today. But we would provide aircraft to farmers here in Belize, or much prefer just to come out and fly the acreage for them. But if somebody did buy an aircraft, we would have to train that person because you cannot just grab a hold of an aircraft and stick it in the air and think you're going to fly around without crashing. I know, I've done it.
And the other issue is that you have a farmer and he knows how to fly it. We can train him how to fly it. There's the processing of the data, and there's the network of scientists with PhDs in different aspects of remote sensing and photogrammetry and specializing in crops, and those are the resources that we're bringing to the table so that they're getting a more broad spectrum of, okay, here's everything that can be used with the data, not just flying it and getting a map. Now what do you do with the map? So that's what we're really trying to bring to the table.
Do you expect that you'd see any success here in Belize?
Oh, absolutely. The sugar industry here is ripe for it. There's a huge demand for it, and we're very anxious to provide those services and to show the amount of savings that we can bring to the table with these technologies.
And in other sectors, I imagine.
Absolutely. Civil engineering, there's a lot of construction going on right now, and we can provide contour maps and topography maps for very, very low cost with extreme accuracy to the centimeter.
The team is planning on holding more demos in the near future. Other services provided by Inspection Robotica are internal pipeline assessments and underwater inspections.